friends. Fourth time with this reading, so I am just going to dig in. This is your 2026 reading, and if you would like to have a periodic 3-card pull where you pick a card, let me know in the comments below. I never know. Some people think it's terrible that you do readings, and other people love it. And so if it's something that several of you would enjoy, and I get a lot of comments on that, then maybe I'll play with that. If not, then I'll just do it once a year. Okay, this is The Good Tarot by Collette and Reid, and the artist is, where did I find that? Is Jena DellaGrottaglia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So she is the illustrator, and I'm sure you can get it at your local card store or online. Amazon. If I remember, I'll put a link. I'll see if I can find it and put a link below. All right, they're beautiful cards, and I had a whole spread, but I'm going to start over again and just see what happens. I'm going to first pull for the full year message for all of us that kind of is encapsulates what the energy of the year is at this point. Okay, 2026. I'm going to shuffle them a little bit more. They are only read upright, and I like that anyway, so I like that it's that. 9 of Water is our overall message. So this is, water is cups in traditional tarot, and in this instance, we have water being at the fulfillment of the cycle, and it's just before it's kind of gets a little bit stagnant and then drops into the ones again. So it's really manifesting something that you love. Can be someone that you love, something that you love. The message when I was doing the whole reading before was that it was a year of a new start of something. So we'll see if that message comes through for us this round. But she's really loving the dreams that she's put out there and how they're showing up for her. Okay, that's our overall. Now I'm going to pull cards for January. Let's see if I can keep track. January 2026, what is our message? 4 of Air. Okay, so this is, for me, air are swords, which are thought. And this little angel is taking time to think about something that I think that she wants to manifest, something, a thought she's having, and before she jumps down into the world, into the real world and manifests it, she's kind of considering it and thinking through it and looking at the options down there and going, okay, where do I want to go? What path do I want to take? Where do I want to go on this adventure? And she's being quite thoughtful. Let's see if I can get that clear and focused. She's being quite thoughtful about that. And I think she's calm about it. She doesn't seem like, oh, let's go, excitement. It feels like a very calm, meditative, calculated choice. So, January. February is the King of Fire. That's action. Fire is action, and the king is the master of it. So after contemplating what you want to do, where you want to go, what you want to manifest, and that could be spiritual, emotional, romantic, career. After you have that time to calculate that in January, and January is a time, there's clouds up there in the sky with her. She can't completely see clearly yet. She's contemplating. But then things clear up and the fire burns through it and the clarity comes, and this one is ready to take action. Ironically, I don't see him jumping in yet, but he's ready. So it feels like the path is clear. He knows where he wants to go now. So we might know where we want to go, and we'll see if we're ready to do that. They're very connected in the last reading, so I'm hoping that flow still shows up for us tonight, whenever you get this. Okay, so we have January, February, March. March is the 4 of Water. So you could think of these as pearls or as bubbles. And I'm going to think of them as bubbles, as pearls, sorry. Because pearls are very precious. And bubbles can just pop and disappear. And they're important, they bring oxygen. But I'm going to read this as as them being pearls. There's 4 of them. And she is very, again, calculated. She knows what she wants. Let's see if I can turn that so you can see it. And she's looking at all the different pearls. She's holding the one that she wants to focus on and manifest. She's very clear, and she's not floating around. It's like her energy is very grounded, literally on the ocean floor, and she has that pearl, and she is ready to go with that, ready to manifest, ready to put it out there. I don't know if she's going to send it off or whether she's waiting for something to come, but she's ready. Okay, April. April is the call. So this is like the moment where you are diving in, jumping, ready to go, and tooting your horn. Maybe this is where you go public with whatever this is, and you're clear and you're not hiding it anymore, and you're not just thinking about it, you're putting it out in the world, you're putting the call out there and making it very clear. So we took the time to let the water clear and let the focus come, because sometimes, again, in January, we feel all of this pressure to set goals and set the resolutions that we want and all of that. Well, then we have that time of clarity. We know what we want to do, and then we focus it, and now it's like release, let it go. Here we are, manifest time. Put it out there. Take action. That's what I was looking for. Well, I pulled this up, so we'll just go with it. I meant to shuffle again, but this was on top. Fortune's Wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune. Major Arcana. Let me see how it's shown on this card. Someone's looking down into a well, or else we're looking up because there's a sun in the back there. So maybe we're looking up, but I feel like somebody's put a wish out there and has made the call and is now looking at how it's manifesting. And Fortune's Wheel, it turns. It's always turning. So sometimes it might feel like it's in our favor. Other times it might feel like, oh, that didn't go the way we wanted. But if you just trust that it's all unfolding and that it's okay to put it out there and that it might show up in a different package or manifest a little different than you imagine it, then you have time to enjoy it and to enjoy the unfolding of it. Maybe even more important, that whole thing about it's about the journey, not just the destination. So enjoy that journey of the Fortune's Wheel and seeing what you put out there and how it's spinning. It does feel like it's flowing through a core theme this time. All right. This would be June. Page of Air. That's swords or thought. So we have here an angel who is, again, I feel this energy of this time really, building something and putting it out there and trusting. This one, it feels like she's trusting the universe. Is that a bird or a feather up there? It might be one of her feathers that she's either catching to add to hers, or maybe it's floating off to do its own thing, to create its own dream and energy. But there is an element of this. I'm trying to see if she's on the water or in the air. She's got to be in the air, but it sure looks like water if you look closely. So she is trusting that that feather is going to go right where it needs to, whether that's landing in her arms or whether that's floating somewhere else to set its seed and create its dream. But at this point in June, you may be really wanting to surrender another level to a new level of this dream and this manifestation, and just allowing. There's just this feeling of trust I'm getting, of watching it unfold, putting it out there, thinking about it, putting it out there, and watching it unfold. And, there's so many different stories about manifestation out there, and I get discouraged by it, frankly, a lot of the time. What I find is if I just kind of trust along the way that even if it isn't showing up in the package I want, and sometimes I'm very resistant to that, oftentimes when you look back, you're like, oh, that was perfect. That worked out all right. I don't have to be too worried. Everything worked out all right. I'm still here. So, July. The Queen of Fire, she is manifesting her light, her particular brand of light into the world. And you can see that her light is that a keyhole? It's very unique to her. It's not just a candle flame. I'll hold that up closer. Maybe that's an amulet that's on her and that's lighting up from the candle. I'm not sure. I'll let you decide what you see. But she is clear. She has her light, and she is ready to go with her light and her gift and her manifestation, and show it off, like to be proud of it. So you have let it go. You've trust, and you've put your trust out there, your dream out there, your baby, your creation. And now that fire burns within, and you know where you want to go with it. You're not afraid to let your particular brand of light shine. And whether that's creation, again, relationships, spirituality, it can be so many things for each of you. But as far as direction in this moment of this month, she's very clear about her particular and personal brand of light, purpose. Okay, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Here it is. Six of Earth. That's interesting, because this one for me always feels proud too. And this is Pentacles. So this can be financial. It can be Earth. It can be health. But there's that pride again of not being afraid to show off and to show who you are and to show your gifts and your talents and your pentacles. I don't know that that means showing off money, that can be obnoxious, but not being afraid of your success. That's different. And to show off that you are a successful person, to be proud of who you are. And that can happen in so many realms. You could be a great parent and be understanding that now and being like, I get that this is what I'm about. That happened with me as a parent when my kid was about 4 years old and I'd been divorced for a couple of years. And the first couple of years, I had that attitude of, I absolutely loved my kid, but a little bit of that feeling of I want to go play, I want to have fun. Now I'm free a little bit. I want to see what life is like. And suddenly about 3 or 4, I suddenly realized this was the most important thing I would ever do, and that it was only going to be for a moment. And I was so proud of being a mom. I was so grateful and excited and proud to be a mom. So, and that's not the case for everyone. That doesn't fit for everyone, but that was my story. So that's my example of how you can be proud of something that isn't just something you created as far as art, but it can be. This month, let yourself be proud and show it off in a way that makes you feel like it's okay to be proud and know your worth and know your purpose and show it off a little bit. Okay. I think we're to September. Yeah, we're to September. September is stars. So what I see happening a little bit in September is cherishing this thing, right? We've become proud and happy about showing off who we are, our purpose, putting it out there, not being afraid of it, trusting and letting the universe support us. And in this moment, it looks like this gal, is holding on to something. And this is a little different version of the star than you see in traditional tarot. I feel like she's contemplating where she wants to put her vessel of water or whatever special potion is in there. She is someone who absolutely knows who she is, knows what she has, but she's going to be choosy in this moment of September, of where she puts her vessel, of where she puts her energy and her beautiful gifts and her time, her talents. Whatever you hold in that vessel that's special to you, before you had your personal brand of light, whatever it is for you in this month, it might feel like you want to cherish it a little more and be a little more thoughtful and mindful about where you cast it or sow it or spread it or pour it. Yeah? October. Five of Fire. October, so many more ideas coming to you again. So whether this is like, I'm ready for a next level, or to pivot it, or to zhuzh it up a bit. But taking a moment in October, and I remember in the other reading, October was also a moment of pause. Again, kind of seeing all those opportunities there, and then very calculated about which one you want to choose to move forward with. 5 of Fire is like the 5 of Swords. So she is not going to jump into anything right now too quickly. It's funny how there's a season for all of it, right? There's a time to jump into the water and swim. There's a time to be calculated and watchful and make a choice. So in this moment, she is sitting and getting clear, and all of these ideas or possibilities are around her, and maybe they be literal or they may be just in her mind, but she's going to be careful about selecting the ones that she wants to move forward with. November and December, we're almost to the end of 2026 already. Okay, November. Oh, I like this one. 2 of Water. This is like 2 of Cups. Let's see, get that glare off there. Once again, jumping into the water. And it feels like there's a little bit of support here, that it's not just you all alone on this journey and this whatever you're choosing now to jump into. You're clear, you know, and you jump in and the water feels good, and you're not alone. You're swimming around with someone in it. So whether you partner up in business or in relationship, or as a parent, and you feel supported and you found a good team, someone to help, maybe it's a teacher, but something that has been on your mind, there's this element now of swimming around in this idea with support, with someone else, and enjoying it. The water's beautiful and clear. You can see the flowers, the lotus flowers. All right, last one for December 2026. I haven't been saying 2025. I hope I've been saying 2026. 8 of Air, December. That kind of feels like a December card with colors, doesn't it? So she's, once again, we had that earlier. I think it was like February or somewhere early on. Oh, it was at the very beginning. Kind of a full circle. 4 of Air and 8 of Air. Back up there in the clouds, deciding what feathers she wants to cast down. Oops, wrong one. And, oh, no, I'm having trouble. Here we go. She's got all of these dreams and desires, and she's casting them. So maybe now you've built up, you've made this thing go. It's working, it's flowing, it's bringing you back abundance and prosperity and joy, and that comes in many forms. So now there's that moment of going, okay, I've got so much. Where do I want to cast my love and my part of me, my feathers? These feathers I'm getting right now as being part of her. And she feels, let me see the look on her face. It feels like she very much longs to help others feel what she's feeling, this feeling of love and joy and abundance and prosperity, and she has enough feathers to give them out to everyone. They'll keep growing back. There's exponential feathers that keep growing, let's say, and she can keep passing them out to everyone because she's living in such joy and prosperity. And maybe that's literal financial wealth, and maybe that's just feeling a tremendous overflow of gratitude. And when we're in that gratitude, when you're in real gratitude, it's hard not to want others to feel that gratitude. You feel that joy and that peace, and you want others to feel that too. So, looks good for 2026. We've been through it, and I'm sure we're still going to go through it. But for what it's worth, in the cards, there's something new that you can consider and review and be mindful of, and maybe get a little educated about, and wait for the right moment when it feels right. There's not a lot of fear in these cards. It's about feeling that love and that passion for something that you're wanting to try, and putting it out there, and then kind of revisiting it and going, okay, now how do I want to pivot with this, or how do I want to change or, massage it and bring something else to it that's beautiful. And then it starts to build momentum, and eventually you have so much beauty and gratitude going that there's plenty for you to share. So maybe an overall message could also be focus on the gratitude this year. That was our main card. She is grateful. Look how grateful she is. She sees all of these treasures around her, all the abundance of beauty. It's all there right by her, right within her grasp. She's not reaching for it out of fear or panic or, there's so much there that she gets to just enjoy it. So allow yourself to love and enjoy and share and feel it just going out to others. And as you truly focus on what you're grateful for, there's always things to be grateful for, even in the toughest of times. And there have been many who have lived through very horrific times who have found, Viktor Frankl's one that I often go back to. If you read that book and you read the little section about the bird that comes to him and he feels it's his wife, and the little messenger and message that he gets, and he always found something to be grateful for and some purpose. Okay, there's my reading. I sure hope this one worked, and I hope you have a beautiful 2026. Thanks for stopping by.